Or I will come and ask you and be like, how'd it go? Like, is he done? Did he finish the air conditioning repair or something? You're like, oh, he's in room 4 in a session with so and so. Like, what? So the give and take is real. We give a
Yeah.
little, we get a little, meet the girls.
Welcome back to Muse on the Mic. I'm Riley.
And I'm Emily. Thanks everyone for joining us. Another awesome episode here at Muse on the Mic. As usual, we're so excited to bring another hot topic to you guys about sex work, the rub and tug industry, relationships, anything freaky we can find. Before we start, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And join us YouTube on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays on Patreon. Riley, what do we got going on today? What are we talking about?
We're going to jump into what I think is going to be a really cool discussion. It's sparked by a tweet we saw on Twitter that we'll get into after. But it's talking about when you think of a sex worker, you almost think, what do you give of yourself? Or does she end up depleted? But this discussion is more so what men actually pour into us and how kind of full we can get off that exchange.
That sounded naughty. We like fullness. So
Yeah.
classic Emily, right? Take
Yeah.
it right to the left. Anyways, we are
Yeah.
inspired by tweets. I shall read said tweet because I think it sets the scene for everyone. And not only do we have like stories of other people's stuff with this, I think this relates to us on our quest to be business owners too. So
Absolutely.
Marissa says, in this line of work, people assume clients just take what they need from us and then disappear. But you can actually end up in a cabana, drinks in hand, getting a crash course on compound interest and building your financial future. He does it not to impress you, but because he wants you secure. Most times you leave these experiences richer in more ways than one. I love it.
I love
love
this
it.
take on it because I mean, listen, there's the guys that want to save you, and we're not talking about those guys, okay?
Right.
But I think inherently men are fixers, givers, helpers, and they want to do that. And if there's any way in a session, I mean, being in a room with a client is like networking all day. You're talking
Right.
to lawyers, construction men, real estate agents, like you meet a plethora of people, and all of which kind of add something to your knowledge box or leave you with something that could help you along your journey.
100%. I think it's such an overlooked element of sex work. And it's not to say there aren't other jobs where you meet all walks of life. You could be a bartender, a waitress, or
Yeah.
a cab driver, right? But most of those aren't as intimate, especially in the conversation, or you'd have to really get to know said bartender before you start talking about your financial status. Like
Yeah.
there's just an automatic trust, an automatic like stripped down element to the conversations. And when you tell one of your clients, especially a trusted client, about a goal, an ambition, a project, something that you're working on or that you want to dive into, their brain immediately goes to how can I help? And that's just a man thing, right? We love y'all. The world needs y'all for all of this. It's not just provider in a greedy sense. It's I'm a sponge. Teach me all the things. And like you said earlier, it is the lawyers, the construction people, and all those kind of things. And construction guys are a great example. Most of their day-to-day work conversation is with other construction guys, right? So your networking is what? Homeowner, maybe another tradesman that comes in, like you're kind of limited. Whereas we can talk to 18 different walks of life in a matter of a couple days. And that comes real handy if you're a student looking for a new place to intern, or you just graduated and you're looking to get into a big office or company or something, and you know a client, you're like, wait, I know Bob works in marketing. Maybe he has an in for a job for me or something. And because of that coveted trust, it requires taking that like client provider relationship to the next level. Because now he's openly going to be like, here's my business card. This is my real life. Let's go easy, girl. And you're going to be like, well, here's my resume. Here's my real life. Let's go easy, boy. Because, but it's tit for tat, right? And so you can make up together a backstory on how you knew each other, where this referral came from. And it'll definitely be your naughty little secret if you bump into each other at the office. But it can take you leaps and bounds beyond, the starting from the very bottom where you're just answering, ads on like LinkedIn or something to try and find yourself an entry point into an industry. Because every client that comes in has a job and they are a something to some other company or something, right? So there's just so much network. And for us, when we decided to start opening our business, wow, did some of those resources come into play. We had gathered up, my gosh, my little black book was so long. And by the time we had spa shopped and met like all kinds of different people in the industry, we came with a hefty little Rolodex. Now we know the right real estate agent. We have 8 different lawyers. We know the carpenter guy, the plumber guy, the electrician guy, the guy who does the permits, the inspector guy. Like we know all the guys. And I wasn't particularly one to ask for a favor when I was a worker. I wasn't like, oh, you're a pilot. What tickets can I get from you? Like I didn't really pull those cards. It also wasn't just the construct of my life at the time to be that girl. I had other responsibilities and focus. But let me tell you, there are clients I had as clients for entire 6, 7, 8 years. And I was like, Bob, I've never asked you a favor. And I'm calling in 6 right now. Because here's what we're doing. Come see the spot. It's already ready to go. This isn't just a dream and a wish. We signed the lease. Let's boogie over there. And it made trust again develop even more because now they feel like they're on the inside of Muse. The secret wasn't out yet. So they were in the secret. And at the same time, we could trust that the work being done was done proper because we know all their secrets. So it was again another little tit for tat exchange. And like, what better way to climb a corporate ladder or get the letters of recommendation that you need or get your plumbing done properly when you're girls and new to this and don't need to worry about being hustled. Like, if anything, watch out for Riley because she will hustle the plumber in a heartbeat. You can ask any Bell serviceman.
That's so funny. Well, I even think to the spa, and I mean, this little black book that you mentioned, I mean, there's a pool of clients that we still reach to and rely on depending on the situation. I mean, 100%. They're friends at this point, but what better way to make friends or to have that pool of people? But I even think to the spa where, let's say it's like a long weekend and something goes wrong. And I think this happened recently, like electrically. And they're like, but it's a long weekend. There's no one to call. And I'm like, listen, we have how many dozen men walking through the door all day? Ask one. Be like, do you know anything about electrical panels? And they are going to want to help. They're not only going to want to help, they're going to be eager to go back in the staff room, see all the eye candy while they get to look at their electrical panel. Like they love it as much as we need them. They love to help. So just speak up because they're walking through our door all day. Let's just pick and find what we're looking for at the moment.
Absolutely. To this minute, our entire thermostat system is based on the programming of G. Do you remember when G came in, who used to bring his little toiletries bag with him? I'm using first initials instead of a full name. He's the one who brings, right. Yeah. We could not figure out the heating, air conditioning in this stupid place. And he was like, where's your thermostat? It's over here, sir. And he went over programmed the whole thing. It knows what time to come on, to turn off, what to notify when filters need to change. The whole thing is all done by G. And if there's ever a problem, I literally send him a DM and I'm like, so the thermostat decided to change its mind today. I don't really know why. That's so and he'll give me a little code. It's this button, double click this one, twice on the left, and you're good. And I'm like, thanks. Because what the hell do I know about a thermostat? Like, listen, I like to know a lot of shit, but I don't know everything. And they're just y'all boys are so handy. You're so skilled. And to them, it's like a nothing. Chances are we've been freaking out for 2 hours going, oh my God, how does the water tank reset? And they're like, the button on the top. Not to say that we're that stupid, but we really don't know. Yeah. And the problem isn't our ignorance. We could have Googled how to reset a water heater, right? Like that's easy. It's the fear of being hustled and taken advantage of, I think, that is a real thing. Whether you're a single woman in a home or building a business, you don't want to be taken advantage of by the contractors, by, the tradesmen, etc., which happens a lot. It's like being a girl who's totally clueless going to the mechanic to get your oil changed. The next thing you know, $3,000 later. Yeah, right? I didn't need a new muffler, but I guess I'm getting one. Like, it's really shitty. And our landlord is a mechanic. So he's the first guy that we go to ask questions because
Yeah.
16-year relationship. If he's
Yeah.
about to hustle me, I will kick his ass because we know where he
Mhm.
works. Like
Yeah.
it's that simple. But it becomes such a trust. And as like my aside joke that I made earlier about Riley, I fucking love being at the spa when we're both there and a tradesman is coming in because I just look at this like Rogers guy or Bell or the Enbridge gas guy or whatever, and I'm like, oh buddy, you're not leaving here with your shirt. She's gonna get you in a room, make you do naked stuff with the girls. She's gonna take all your money, and you're gonna be like, wow, I was only supposed to be here for 20 minutes.
Um,
2 hours later, Bell guy's in the parking lot. We're like, bye, see you later, thanks for coming.
instant friends.
It's the funniest. And they'll look at us every once in a while. Like if I'm standing in the lobby when the Bell guy finally leaves, he'll look at me and be like, she's good, eh? I know. And it's true. Or I will come and ask you and be like, how'd it go? Like, is he done? Did he finish the air conditioning repair or something? You're like, oh, he's in room 4 in a session with so-and-so. I'm like, what? So the give and take is real. We give a
Yeah.
little, we get a little, meet the girls. It's totally a win-win.
Absolutely.
My eyes are watering. That's funny shit. It just happens like at least a couple dozen times. Like it's legit. You're that good, right? You're that good a saleswoman.
Thank you. Once they're already in the door, I think it's hard for them to say no. I definitely even know, God, I don't want to list the companies because I don't want to throw these guys under the bus, but there's a few companies that come in repeatedly to do the same type of work on the same thing. I'll just say
Right.
that. And the girls know him by name. And it's not that he's a client, but they're just so thankful to see him, to have him come in, that they give him a lot of attention. Like, oh, Joe's here. Hi, Joe. But I guarantee you, when we put in that call that we need said appliance fixed, Joe's like, I'm going. He
Right.
wants to go right away. He will take the
I,
call and he'll be in the door.
the washing machine people, the HVAC guy, the
Yeah.
carpet guy. Yeah, there's a few of them that are regs, and the girls do. They get excited. You know what? Even as a handyman can be where the hustle
Mm-hmm.
is the most, right? But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we don't have the time to wait for a company to schedule us in 72 hours. We need something fixed right now. So we need a regular on the go who can jump at a heartbeat when we beckon and call handyman. And they've
Mm-hmm.
all been clients. They've all been
Mm-hmm.
clients. And
Mm-hmm.
again, it's that trust, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. Naked friends are a real thing. I say this all the time, but naked friends just have a covenant amongst themselves. It's like you've taken an oath and you're in Fight Club and everybody knows the rules. But when y'all can help each other, it's no different when they call and they are like, I need a favor from you. My best friend is getting married. We want to do a bachelor party situation.
Right.
What's the best deal you can give me? Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're like, oh, you have connections in such and such media. I'm looking to do ads on Dean Blundell's show. I'm like, let me make a call. Like the network does go back and forth. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're starting out a big project, it is so cool to have an already trusted circle. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it again, nudity helps that happen
Mm-hmm.
so much more easily than just a hope and a handshake. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can definitely make great connections and build long-term relationships at corporate networking events and stuff, but that takes a really long time. You could see
Right.
someone naked for 3 half-hour sessions and be like, we're for life now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's it. I know your secrets. You told me your mother's name. Like we're good. And so if I need a favor and I know that you are a mechanic, then when my car breaks down, Bob, I'm giving you a call. And it
Yeah.
ends up the most fantastic thing. But it's the ones like she was mentioning that really invest even in the long term, because we've had that with real estate agents, with lawyers, with financial gurus. And they're willing to put their knowledge on the line for you, not on the line in risk, but like they set their cards on the table and like, this is what I can bring to your life. This is what I can teach you. Let's set you up for whatever your next chapters are. And I love the ones that are not like you said earlier, the rescue guys. Like, I can get you
Right.
out of this. I can get you a day job. Well, everyone can get a day
Right.
job. Fuck off. Right. But it's the ones who are like, let's make sure that you're taking 27% of your earnings and putting it in this, and this. And I'll make sure it's in the right bond account and in this, in real estate. And let's divest and da 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 da. Let's get a little Bitcoin investing going too. And they have all the connections in their own network that you get to kind of funnel through. And next thing you know, your financials are looking pretty sweet off,
Mm-hmm.
a girl who says feet and it's a cash job. Like it brings so much legitimacy and comfort and security that a job like sex work never provides. Suddenly you can feel super secure because you've got all your bases covered that way. And that'll set you up for whatever your goals are, whether it's I want to be a stay-at-home mom or I want to be the president. Like either which way, you know all the people that are going to help you get there or that you can trust to lean on to be like, teach me. And that kind of knowledge, y'all know I'm a little nerdy. I love to be a little sponge. And I'm like, now I know absolutely everything about compound interest. I hate math, but here I go. Like suddenly you feel a little stronger. It's so cool.
You like that? You want more? Subscribe to the Patreon and I'll take you deep throat.
And I think it's interesting too, like speaking to how much clients do pour into their provider isn't just like referrals or physical help with like a project or giving them something, but it's also emotional as well. And there's been plenty of examples that we could speak on over the years, or I'm sure you could even touch on personally, is that when you are in a really low place or you're dealing with something personally, sometimes clients will come in just for you to lean on them, like literally spend their money and time to come in to make your day better. It's that investment and care that the clients really do give to sex workers that I think your average female or male maybe doesn't think about.
It's so true. And I will say that comes down to us, even as like, you know, just owners, we're not available, blah, blah, blah. I tweeted a couple weeks ago, I was cooking in the kitchen. I dropped my favorite soup pot. It dented. Now the lid doesn't fit. It's a fucking mess. And before I know it, there was like all these messages from front desk. I got a big present and I'm like, big like size, like okay, size matters, we like big. Lo and behold, I take it home and I got one of the most expensive new soup pots that money can buy because the client was like, I love when you tweet your food pictures and I know this stressed you out in the moment and I've been wanting to thank you somehow for all you guys do at Muse, blah blah blah. And then when you tweeted that, I thought that's what I'm gonna get her. And I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, because I geek in the kitchen. And that pot's gonna, I'm looking at it right now. Hi, honey. That pot is so pretty. And like, she's gonna get some mileage on her. There's gonna be some things made in that beautiful pot. It is that quick and that loving, the generosity. It's the little things. When I had my whole back issue a couple months ago, just before the summertime with my sciatica, who was at the hospital with me? It was you. It was our editor, who's one of my other besties, and one of my former clients, who's one of my most trusted like humans. He's a confidant forever. And y'all took shifts. I was like, this is the coolest like rotating circle of just love ever. And it's those moments. That was such an emotional support, even though physically I needed something. It was the doctors that had to help me physically. But you guys kept me laughing and sane instead of losing my ever-loving marbles because it was teetering. It was that close. I'm either going to lose my shit or these guys are going to make me laugh that I forget. So y'all kept me happy. It was beautiful. I will never forget it. We've mentioned him a few times in some funny stories too, because he's also the guy, if you're OG listeners to season 1, who helped us pick up the Christmas tree when it fell down. Still one of the best like bloopers of life.
He's always been around. He's a friend to both of us, but I will say he's a very special friend to you. And you guys definitely have like kept that connection and friendship alive for years. And my heart was warmed just him being there. I mean, lovely to see him again, but I'm like, oh, like he really loves Emily. And to be quite honest, I'm sure he would be there even if it was me. He's just one of those 100%. People.
In an absolute heartbeat. And the same for like all my friends. Like it's an extension. We're the same way. If a friend of yours, a friend of mine kind of vibe. But like he was one of my clients way back when. We're talking now like a 20-something year like friendship. It's fantastic. Knows where I live, obviously, all like really personal stuff. And you can't buy that kind of friendship. And it's I guess, for lack of a better word, weird that you'd meet at the rub and tug. I mean, that's our lives, which I guess civilians would be like, that's fucking weird. And I'm like, actually, it's not. Because, again, the naked friends, like you lay it out straight and bare right from the beginning. What a context to build a friendship off of, right? And it wasn't one of those scenarios where he needed a big lie to go along with his life. He used his real first name. Like, it wasn't like, I'm Frank, wink, wink. Like, we literally got to build a friendship, and it just blossomed from there. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met. Absolutely sounding board for all life advice. In fact, I should probably bounce more things off him afterwards. I'd hear a lot less "I told you so" after the fact. But like, when there's a moment of crisis, those are the people that step up for you. And I bet there are thousands of sex workers that can say, I know at least 3 clients that if I'm in an emergency like that, I can call them and they will be there. They are the phone friend. They are the get me out of jail. They are the whatever it is that you need. And again, you can't force or create that. No offense to any of my office jobs, and I had many. I didn't have a single friend I made of that depth and nature. Right. I even had a coworker I threesomed with once, and I'm like, never call you again. For real, in a corporate job. We worked at a gym together. She was a salesperson. Anyways.
The life of Emily.
So why not make friends at the rub and tug, right? It makes sense even more for Emily, because like, of course she would. But like, it's that much of a bond, because you spend that much time, especially with a regular. As soon as you become seeing each other for years, you have a relationship. You have a legit relationship with someone. So there's just so many epic things that come out of it. And I would say, as one added little personal note, I guess, for both of us, is these people have also seen us through different phases of our life, not just when you're 18 trying to figure something out, or you're 25 fighting with your boyfriend, or you know what I mean? Like, they've seen us through relationships and divorces. They've seen us through high times in business and low times in business. They've seen us in sweatpants and in the stripper heels. Like, they've seen us on top to bottom and 6 ways from Sunday. And again, not many friends go through those waves and ebbs and flows and all the different variations of you and still love you at the end of the day. They'll be like, lady, fuck off. Right? Like, it really ends up that fabulous. And then vice versa. I'm one of the first people he calls, and you call, and our editor calls if there's a problem. So like, it's so beautiful. I love naked friends.
And I feel like, not to like put a damper on this conversation, because it is so beautiful, but I also don't want to sugarcoat it. Listen, there is definitely days that as a sex worker, you do feel depleted. Your energy is taken from you. Your body is tired, but the richness of what you gain from the clients that do pour into you just kind of, it outweighs it all. Like, it makes the job, it's not going to be every session, but I guarantee you each and every shift, you are going to meet someone that adds value to your life.
Absolutely. And at any given moment, the next time that doorbell rings, it could be the person that changes your life. It's absolutely fantastic. And you know what? That isn't always a regular. It could be the right day at the right moment, where some guy comes in, blows his entire tax return, shouldn't have done it. You just got tipped crazy amount of money and never to be seen again. But that was the day that you were able to pay that final child support payment, or a lawyer for something, or something really urgent and really mandatory. And life just seems to work itself out that way quite often. And sex work provides, especially in call, kind of like ours is set up in a brick and mortar, anyone can walk in the door. And so that means anything is possible. We even have former attendants that are married to former clients. So not that that ever works. I'll stand on that hill and put one toe out the door, but still, like 99.9% of it doesn't. But when it does, oh my God, had they not worked there and that day, and then he came in and all the stars aligned the things, they wouldn't now be a happy family of 4. Like, what? And it's very beautiful. Cool. It's so beautiful. There's love, there's knowledge, there's resources, there's life lessons, the wisdom we get from older men. You're right. It is a richness. It's a wealth of balance. It's not just financial wealth. It's everything. It's everything. Oh, sex work. So good. I love it. I love all these kind of stories. Guys, if you guys have stories like this, because some of y'all that listen to the pod have been in the biz yourselves for a long time, and I'm positive you have stories where you've impacted girls or had those kind of, one-on-one conversations that you just never forget. And you'll be like, that girl changed my life because we talked about something about morality, or about a relationship, or about like change, or like some profound moment that really just changes your perspective on her. She's not just the stripper girl anymore. Now she's like a human with real feelings, and ambitions, and problems and shit. It ends up beautiful. To all our naked friends, I must say cheers. And shout out to James for the new mug, by the way. Hi, it says Emily.
So cute.
Such good gifts. Well, I think that wraps up our little sex work fluff session for today.
Yeah.
What a beautiful world we live in. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel, who supports this law, who supports Riley and I, all the girls. And I think we'll see you next time on MUSE on the Mic.
Bye, guys.